This is your daily strategic dose by Kevin Moore.
What's up? It is early morning here in Singapore. So I thought today, just because the view from the room is so stellar, that I would do this short segment for you today from this incredible view. Hello from Singapore, by the way. Good morning. So today is all about destruction, destroying buildings to build them back. You know, what's interesting is if you've ever done a home remodel or if you've ever had some addition to your property or anything like that, then you understand that that's not just a process of construction. It's a process of actual deconstruction. You actually tear things apart in order to build them back the way that you see in your mind and in your vision. And life and business and investing is the exact same way. We don't need to shy away from the destruction phase that it takes to build the structure, to build the infrastructure, to build the life that we are after, that we say that we want and that we want to go build. It gets messy in the middle. I mean, if you think about installing a new habit into your life, it's destructive at first. It's chaotic at first. It's messy at first. So you have to remind yourself about new habits that you're trying to form. It doesn't just come automatically because you are in the process of tearing things down in order to rebuild them the way that you want. And we need to become individuals, if you want to grow fast, that doesn't have a problem with this process. And it's not natural because most people don't ever want to destroy something. They don't ever want to stop something. They get in this routine, in this rut, this habit, this conformity, and they don't want to change anything. And the changes that they want to make, they want to add to what they're doing. They don't want to stop what they're doing. And stopping and destroying is so painful. If you're anything like me, and I've done it. I've lost businesses. I've sold businesses. I have grown businesses. I have done campaigns that flat out didn't work. I have invested money that I never got back. And these are parts of the construction process. So if we look at the wins, if we look at the habits that we're installing, if we look at anything that makes progress, a lot of times it takes a lot of destruction before we actually see the fruit of our labor and installing those new habits, those new systems, those new businesses, etc. And so just remember that. I mean, I remember years ago, I had literally walked away from a successful business, and it was one of the most painful things that I had ever done at that point. And now I reflect on it, and I'm like, wow, you know what's so interesting about that? As painful as it was, as scary as it was to leave a security blanket of something I had built for so long, I still have the business, by the way, but I just stopped actively building it. Was extremely painful and extremely hard. And then all of a sudden, when I reflect on that now years later, it literally was the hinge point of my upward trajectory of growth, of not just growth in income, definitely has been a growth in income, not just a growth in wealth, which it has been a growth in wealth, but a growth as me as a human being, a growth of me as an entrepreneur and as a business builder, a growth in me as a leader, growth in me in marketing and in communications and in leadership, growth in the clientele that we're able to serve. Like, it has been an upward trajectory, but man, it was so messy at that beginning point. It was so scary. It was terrifying. It was, I almost grieved over it. Like, almost like, just losing something that you love or someone that you love. You have to go through a process sometimes that's extremely messy. And that's what I'm talking about when I say the deconstruction phase. We have to sometimes destroy things in order to install things that will take us to where we want to go. And let's not be afraid of that. The more that you can embrace that, the faster you can embrace that. Listen, if you've been in business any length of time or an investor any length of time, then you've made a change before that served you well, and you reflect on it and think, man, I should have done that sooner. Am I right? Say, man, I should have hired that person sooner. I should have fired that person sooner. I should have invested in that project when I knew that it looked like a home run before it started to take off. Even though maybe you made some money, you didn't use your gut and didn't jump fast enough. Like, there are times in our life we make these decisions and then we reflect and think, man, I should have made it faster because it was a good decision. That is a process of deconstruction. That is a process of tearing things down in order to rebuild them and make them better. And you are no different. There are things in your life that you need to tear down so that you can build back better, bigger, faster, greater, higher, more contribution, more success, more fulfillment, more everything. But it's a destructive phase that we have to go through in order to build upon it. Just like if you wanted to improve one of these skyscrapers and make them higher and, add 3 different floors. Well, guess what? You got to tear the top floor completely apart. You've got to do a lot of deconstruction in order to build that building bigger. There's just no other way around it. You can't just add to it. You've literally got to tear into the foundation of the structure and build up from there. And our life, again, is the exact same way. Hey, listen, we got conferences back to back. I've got to go, but wanted to say hello to you, wanted to get this message to you. God bless you. Hey, listen, if you haven't liked and subscribed, if you haven't joined our community, I encourage you to do that. And also share this, will you? Will you share this message with somebody who could use this? Maybe they're going through some challenges or some changes right now. Maybe this will encourage them and help them to understand that that is just part of the process. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
This is your daily strategic dose by Kevin Moore.